Hello, everyone. Today I have the pleasure to be the host of this webinar. We will be talking about our International Master's degree in Aesthetic Medicine, Nutrition and Anti-Aging. And first of all, maybe I could introduce myself. So my name is Agata Lis, and I'm a doctor from Poland. Right now, I'm mainly focused on aesthetic medicine. So this is the only field of medicine that I'm working in. And I'm also a coordinator and teacher here in Amir. So let's start. I want to tell you about this program, about this master, and because I guess everyone who are here is interested actually in enrolling to this master. What I want for you to know is that this is the hybrid master. What it means is that the theoretical part is already online. It's recorded on our custom platform. So we have platform designed especially for Amir, where you can learn. And the practical part, it takes its place in Madrid, and it lasts for 7 days. So the whole studies lasts 8 months, but all of the theory you have online. So the lectures, the PPTs, the scripts, everything is there. And then after a few months, you need to come to Madrid for just 7 days. And during this 7 intensive days, you will have the practical week with the real patients. The practical hours, the hours of practical training lasts more or less 100 hours. You practice under the supervision of experienced doctors. And we have doctors from Spain, from Portugal, from Poland. So many different approaches to aesthetic medicine. All of them are mainly focused on aesthetic medicine. So it means that you are learning from the real practitioners who really practice a lot. And this actually matters for me because sometimes there are doctors who are not so into this field, and because of that you are not learning the up-to-date techniques. In our case, it's just people. They're just people who are really enrolled in this field. Our next edition starts right now. So what I want to tell you is that we have only few spots left for this edition, and from now it will last 8 months. What you get after finishing the studies is 2 certificates. One is from UDIMA, so the Spanish one. UDIMA is it's an organization that is highly recognized all over in many countries, for example, in Spain, in Italy. And the second diploma you get from Poland, from Medical University of Łódź. So you get actually double diploma. This is a big benefit. What else I want to tell you is that the structure of this master is very comfortable because you can watch everything, watch the lectures anytime you want. So they are available exactly in the same day that you enroll for the studies. And if it comes to the program, what I want to tell you is that you on this special platform, you have these lectures and they're already uploaded. So to each of them, you have also a script, and also you have the slides. So you can download them on your computer and decide if you want to watch the webinars, the lectures, or you want to read the script. This is nice because some people prefer to learn by reading, and some of them prefer to watch. You can also do both, but what we did is we did the same knowledge. We delivered it as a lecture and also as a scripts to download. On our special Blackboard, we have also academic support and live Q&A sessions. They're actual with me. So during the whole studies, you have like 4 of them, and we can discuss the topics that you want. So if you have any questions, you just need to write them down on our platform, and then we can discuss it during this online live session. As I told you, there are some study materials, but there are not only the scripts and these lectures. There are also materials that are delivered by our doctors. For example, I shared my ebook. It's 50 pages of botulinum toxin guide, practical guide. So all of my knowledge about approach to botulinum toxin injections. So it's quite useful. And many doctors also shared their ones about their special techniques. So it's also something that you can find on the platform. You have 8 theoretical practical modules, and after each module, you will have the exam to pass. And this is really important that you have 2 approaches for each exam. So if you want to pass one of them, you can still do it. You can still have the second approach. And if you want to pass 2 of them, then you need to write the whole one big exam. So you have many options. And about the hands-on clinical practice, this intensive in-person training on the real patients in Madrid. This is the very intensive training because it lasts exactly 7 days from morning till evening hours. And it could be a little bit exhausting, but for me, what I want to tell you is when I also finished these studies, and it was like 5 years ago, I was very happy that this practical week is and it lasts 7 days because of my different practice, my different work. I couldn't attend any other studies because they required my presence every single month or every single 2 months in a different city. That's why I have chosen this particular program, because it allowed me to learn anytime I wanted the theory, and it allowed me to do the practical part during the 7 days. And after that, so when you finish the theoretical modules, if you finish the practical week, there's the thesis. So you need to write down the thesis. It's about 20-25 pages. You can do it in pairs or in a group of 3. And you can choose the topic. You need to write it in a particular way. So it's also on the platform, the whole requirements about this. And after you do this, so the teachers check it, and that's the end of the studies. So this is how you actually pass the studies. And what does the master includes? Because this is very important. First of all, something that everyone needs is your civil liability insurance. So when you practice on a real patients, it's crucial that you have this insurance, because you are actually in a different country, and if something happens, we actually cover the insurance. So when you enroll for the master, it's in price, so you don't have to worry. So it's fully covered. All-inclusive materials, as I told you, all of the materials that we use, you have already on the platform, and during the practical week we also print it, so you have everything that you need. Direct clinical placement, we have our own clinics in Madrid, so they are brand new, they are really beautiful and nice. There's everything there what you need to practice the treatments on the patients, so you don't have to worry about it. There is an expert masterclass, so a masterclass during which the teacher perform treatments on the real patients, and you can learn from this masterclass also. The work-life balance. So this is very important, that this practical training is concentrated into this one intensive week. I think this is really a big benefit. The structure of it is the progressive learning. So it means that the practical part is divided into the modules. So you start from scratch, so from the easiest techniques We start from anatomy lesson, then mesotherapy, then PRP, then we graduate to more advanced techniques, for example, fillers, then to the stimulators, and this is constructed in a way that you can level up every single day. What is also included is this network. So I find it the most important part during the studies, because I actually, during my edition, I got to know many people, many doctors with whom I still have contact. And for me, this is so beautiful that you are there for the 7 days with those people, and you need to talk to them, you need to get to know them, because you are stuck there actually during the 7 days for so many hours, and that's why those friendships last. And for me, this is really a big benefit from these studies. So you can, for example, get to know someone with whom you will start your practice, or for example, with whom you will share knowledge. So really, this network is gold. And this dual certification, so one from UDIMA, one from Medical University of Łódź, and also we have this Madrid Experience Tour, so we have the guided tour, and I'm also a big fan of it. I'm every single year there, and we have a special guide, and as a whole group of the Amir team, so of the people, of the students, we go and we are sightseeing Madrid with the guide. It always takes place on Friday or on Saturday. It depends from the edition, but I will be also there this year, so I can't wait to see you there. And also the catering is included. So it's not only the lunch, it's like a dinner. So you have the whole meal included, so you don't have to worry about what will I eat, where can I find the restaurant in a break. You have everything there, and it's also a brilliant situation to get to know your mates from the group, or even from the different groups. That's why I find it really useful and tasty. This is the example of hands-on practices. This is the one that we had last year. And as I told you, we start from scratch, so from anatomy workshops. We are working on each other to feel the structures of the skin. We learn how to palpate it. We also learn on the models, on the very nice anatomical models of human models. And thanks to that, we get to know the layers of the face. So they're very advanced ones. Then we go for the facial mesotherapy, then PRP. So as I told you, what is important in this schedule is that, as you can see, you have, for example, young patient lip filler, and also older patients. So this is crucial, because for me, aesthetic medicine for the young people is completely different from this one from the older ones. You use completely different techniques and different treatments. So that's why we have this separation. On Saturday, you have, for example, polylactic acid for body and for the face. And on Sunday, you have the masterclass. This one actually was with me, and this one covered the lower third of botulinum toxin. I took care for this to be there, because I know that in Spain it's not so popular to do the botulinum toxin of the of the lower part of the face, but in Poland and in many European countries this is crucial. That's why I wanted to be in this schedule. So here, during this practical week, you have every single technique, like there's everything. Of course, this is not enough to be the best injector, to be the best aesthetic medicine doctor, but this is the very solid base. And why am I saying that? Because I don't want to lie to you that when you finish the studies you will be the master in your country, because it's impossible. For me, for example, it took me like 2 years to really master the lips, for example. And aesthetic medicine is an ever-ending story. So this is a very solid base, and what I recommend you to do is just after these 7 days, just after this training, this intensive training, find yourself patients in your home city, for example, your family members, and practice, 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 because this is the very big mistake that people do. They, for example, pay for the very expensive courses. They go there, they learn, and then they just forget because they don't practice these techniques. So this is the solid base, and if you treat it really properly, so if you practice every single treatment that you did during this practice, just when you come home, I will assure you that you will remember much more. And after this week, you will be able to start your job really. Like, you will be able to start your job. I'm not saying you will be the best in your country, but it will be a good start. And right now we have this timeline for you to visualize how the studies looks like. And first of all, as I told you, this is this hybrid mode. So you do the theory. The start of this edition, it has already started. So it's right now, just a few spots left. And after that, you will get this double diploma, so it takes 8 months. And after this practical week and when you get this diploma, you have just finished studies. And maybe it's important for you, the whole program gives you 60 ECTS. Now, sorry. I wanted to play it for you. Okay, but in a second. So how are the hands-on practices? I will play it for you in a second, but I want to make it clear. So this is 7 days. As I told you, this is the very intensive practical training. You have many different doctors. So for example, one day you have with one doctor and the second day you have with the different doctors. So thanks to this system, you are able to learn multiple techniques. So for example, one day you have botulinum toxin upper third with one doctor, and in the second day you have the same classes but with the different doctor. And it means that you will learn different approach to this particular treatment. And some would say that this is maybe messing a little, but for me it's good, because when I started, I didn't have the comparison. So for example, I learned one theory. I learned from one doctor how to do this kind of treatment, and I did it. And for example, when I did the second course, it occurred that this technique wasn't for me. Like, I didn't feel good with this technique. And thanks to the second course, I was able to learn different technique and different approach to the treatment. So the second technique was for me. What I'm saying is that you have multiple techniques. So you can do, for example, botulinum toxin for the upper third in many different ways. And all of those ways are good. It depends on you which one you want to do. For example, from which angle you would like to inject. So all of those things are you dependent. That's why for me, it's good that you have different approaches and different doctors, and you can learn different techniques. As I told you, you practice on the real patients, so there are many people from different with different features. So this is also good that you are learning on many different faces. We have also females and also males. So this is nice that you can practice on both genders. And as I also told you, you are taught by active medical aesthetic practitioners, so people who are learning every single day exactly this thing. For example, me, I'm a freak of aesthetic medicine, so every single year I attend many international courses and also congresses. So I want to share my best knowledge, and my knowledge is very up to date, and the same with our different teachers. And we also have this cultural and social activities, so this guided tours and dinners, and that's what you will get. And this practical week will take place in October and or in November. It depends on the group that you will be in. And right now I will play the video for you.
Right now, sorry. I'm from England. And Marta, I'm from Vienna. I'm from country. I'm from Saudi. From Lithuania. I'm from Nigeria. Also come from Portugal, and I'm a dermatology specialist. I don't think these were I studied in Poland. And my name is Rose. I'm from Iraq. My name is Janelle. I'm originally from India, but happen to brain, but now I live in Poland.
So this was the first day of our practical week. I'm excited because I had the pleasure to host it and to ask those questions. And look how many people from all over the world we have. And for me, it's so beautiful that we have so many nations there, that this is the international master. And thanks to that, I also have this opportunity to get to know people from all over the world. That's why I really appreciate this particular program here in Namir.
Hello, guys.
And also, sorry. Okay, so I will also show you how the clinic looks like and how the classes looks like exactly. This is also the real recording when we were there, and yeah, I will just play it for you.
Hello, guys. Let's check our clinic where we are having the practical week in Madrid. When the students practice on the real patients, how will be it's a reception where you can start everything that's what our students are. Here are students on the beginning questions on the other part of the question. Let's see. Here, the team is working very hard. Make sure that your studies are organized and everything is prepared. And copy. Want to participate in the practical week next year? Join Amir.
So this was the short form video of how the studies look like from the inside. So we have these boxes, and those are just the rooms where is one teacher and a group of 5 to 7 students. It depends. And what I want to tell you, because sometimes in the past I received such questions. So some of you are wondering if you will be able to practice when there's this big group. And what I want to tell you that was when I was teaching, for example, there were days that when we had the last patient, I asked them who wants to do this treatment, and they were so exhausted because of the amount of knowledge that they gained this exact day, that nobody wanted to do it. So I needed to pick one and force them somehow. So really, you have a possibility to make multiple injections during this week, and really, believe me, you will be so exhausted that that you want that it will be nice for you if I do the treatment, for example. So don't worry, you will have the opportunity to practice a lot on the patients. And why to choose this program? First of all, this flexible format. So those videos are available 24/7, and you have this one intensive practical week in Madrid, so you don't have to sacrifice your whole life and whole job to attend. You have this global European Union valid certifications, one from Poland, one from Spain, and also we have the access to the cutting edge aesthetic techniques, and it opens you the doors for the future jobs. So if you want to become an aesthetic medicine practitioner and really dive into it, it's possible after these studies. You are learning on the real patients, you are learning advanced techniques, you have networking, and also teachers that are very active in aesthetic medicine field. So thank you. It was a pleasure to host this webinar today for you. And I hope to see you back there in Madrid. Bye-bye.